Undone, 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 undone. Get yourself as comfortable as you can, relax into yourself, and allow your mind to take you into that feeling of serenity and calm, away from the stresses in life, and into that garden of peacefulness. Allow the streams of conscious thought to float downstream of the glades of mindfulness. As you drop your attachment to those things you like to consciously control in your wakefulness. And as the peaceful, enjoyable sensation of mellowing occupies your mind more and more, I wonder how deep you'll need to go to discover new ways to enhance your experience of yourself. And this letting go process that takes you deeper into that state of pleasant relaxation can seem like the letting go of a rope you've been holding onto so tightly, and allowing yourself to fall peacefully into the unknown is akin to unlocking the doorway that leads to those new opportunities to fluently shift and release all those things that no longer serve your higher purpose in life. And you may notice your own form of surrender in the way that your body is responding and speaking to you. Maybe your eyes have closed, your muscles have relaxed, and your breathing is slower. You could feel heavy, weightless, or more receptive, while waves of contentment flood your consciousness in this release. And I wonder if your subconscious mind is providing you with those astute observations yet, or if you're aware of the possibility that these are yet to come. And there you go, learning just what it means to understand the letting go process on that deeper level. Coming into that knowing of just how to make it all so easy on yourself, or letting go of something that's so significant and compelling. And I wonder as you do this, how you can just know how to fill that space with something so wonderful it can turn your whole life around. And I wonder if you'll comprehend first that you're changing, or if you'll know later that you've changed, or if the former will engage the latter with awareness of both, as you undo what was mistakenly owned to become what was painstakingly silenced. And as you relax more and more into that deeper level of comfort, I wonder if you've noticed how safe it is here, how peaceful and carefree you are right now. And I'd like you to imagine that you're inside a small room, and in this room there is nothing that can cause you any concern at all. In this tiny space, all there is you. And you can tune into that sensation of safety right here, right now, and feel the room filled with your own sense of security. Maybe you haven't always felt secure in your everyday life in the past, but right here, right now, in this little bit of space you can see yourself in, tune into your voice of assurance. Hear those words, "It's all okay," coming from yourself to yourself, and welcome the refuge you're creating for yourself in this room, this one little space where you can feel totally safe. That's it. Once you find that sweet spot and notice your own trust in this process, it may become much easier for you to enhance those things you're noticing and reinforce their communication to your unconsciousness. As humans, We often adopt ways of being and specific ways of doing things as the creatures of habit we are. And I wonder if you've ever adopted something as your own, held on to it, nurtured it, helped it to become stronger, even though you didn't even realize that you were doing this. It might have been an expression or an action, maybe a belief or thought process, or it could have been an emotion or a complete state of mind. Maybe your conscious mind can recognize some of these things you've adopted, and you could become aware of those now. And maybe your subconscious mind will recognize some too, and that information may trickle spontaneously through to your consciousness, or your subconscious could identify and re-evaluate their necessity in your experience now. Have you ever noticed that great things can come from small simplicities? Or that small simple ideas can generate extensive modifications within the greater good when applied with such automated precision and repetition? It often reminds me of two colours when mixed together to create a totally different colour. And I wonder what colours your mind just brought to your awareness as I said that. Something so small with a radical change. In a moment, as you see yourself standing in this little room, I'm going to ask you to imagine seeing yourself turning around in a complete circle in an anti-clockwise direction. And you can turn as slowly or as quickly as you like. And as you do, you may become aware of the undoing process you are participating in. And that undoing process within your turn is an undoing of all the breaches you've experienced on your trust in yourself and in your world. And as that undoing process completes within your circle turn, your room may possibly be expanding just that little bit more. And that safe space you're seeing yourself contained within may be growing that little bit bigger. And it's entirely up to you how big you choose to see this room get within this turn and every subsequent one. And as your room expands and your trust returns that little bit more in this undoing process, you won't need to be aware of all the emotions and processes that repressed this trust in the past, or comprehend what they mean as they release. These emotions have stolen and occupied space within you that was yours alone to occupy, and to feel their presence has run its course is enough for you to acknowledge their existence and agree to release them from the space they've occupied within you, so that you can re-inhabit this space within yourself. Are you ready? Make your first turn now. Pain and shame, guilt and blame, undone, undone, undone. Anger and fear and loss still here, undone, undone, undone. Sadness and grief that have found no relief, undone, undone, undone. As you complete that first turn, scan yourself with your awareness and notice if you're still feeling as safe and protected as you did before the turn. If you need a moment to adjust your trust after this release, please take that now before proceeding into the second turn. You can utilize your breath by deepening it to calm any sense of insecurity you may be feeling from the discharge of what is undoing. And when you notice yourself relaxing into that sense of safety again, you can prepare to make your second turn in that anti-clockwise direction when I give the cue. And when you make your second turn, a much larger degree of overwhelm and pain will lift up and off of you very quickly and effortlessly, leaving you feeling very light and uncomplicated. In this turn of consciousness, you may discover that the very things that you've found so hard to let go of in the past are the very ones that readily evacuate in this undoing turn. And once again, the space you occupy in the room will be expanding considerably, and your degree of trust may be coming much more willingly now, filling the space that is being reclaimed. And you may notice things about yourself here that you had forgotten for a long time, things you really liked about yourself that made you feel valuable and important. Maybe you'll recognize aspects that you excel in, areas of experience you express expertise in, and creative flair that returns spontaneously from out of nowhere. Make that second turn now. Overwhelmed as prey, and wounds that stay, undone, undone, undone. The victim mind and all things inclined, undone, undone, undone. Submissive retreat from intruders' beat, undone, undone, undone. Notice how big your presence is getting in this room, how it fills the room out to every corner. And as it does, all that insecurity, doubt, and helplessness from your past blueprint is being dissolved and removed from your energy field in the undoing turns you can see yourself making. As the room grows, so does your experience of yourself within it. And as you recognize your own growing security in this space you are occupying with your awareness, prepare yourself to make your third turn on the cue, the turn that will purge the final restrictions of doubt and fear, and all that they embodied. And remember to take it as slow or as fast as you feel necessary. This turn is the most liberating of all three turns, as it is the one that releases the final fragments that powerlessness has projected into your experience. This turn restores what was taken. It pushes back on the intruder and repossesses that which was pushed into silence and submission by shock. In this final turn, your natural state of assertion will be renewed. Your confidence and trust in your own abilities will become re-established. And your perception of the world you live in will recalibrate to perceive through the filters of self-regard, trust, and dignity. You may feel born again, completely renewed, and filled with momentous enthusiasm to get out and explore all the things you've missed. When you're ready, imagine yourself making your third turn anti-clockwise. Isolation and doubt that shock brought about, undone, undone, undone. Weakness from force you didn't endorse, undone, undone, undone. Not enough in your mind, thoughts and actions in kind, undone, undone, undone. Your room has expanded exponentially in your final turn, and it may be filled with more presence in this moment than you can remember your entire lifetime. And it's being done with an ever-increasing sense of security and success, invigorating curiosity and conviction. and restored trust in the process we call life, and our ability to be something phenomenal within it. What you have undone is all the limitation you've known in the past, from the shame, guilt, helplessness, pain, anger, and fear. And these have now resolved and dissolved off your energy field, leaving your mind, body, heart, and soul free from the effects the past has had on you. You have returned from your displacement, recovered from your involuntary eviction, and reacquired the space initially stolen from you. From this point on, you will find yourself completely present in each moment. You will see, hear, and sense life in the presence rather than in hindsight. And your quick-wittedness and intelligence may even leave you feeling impressed. You could perceive life with renewed clarity and distinction, and feel unlimited in your movement out and around you. Everything that halted your experience of life has been dissolved in your visual reversal and undoing, and your subconscious mind has made the necessary compliance for this to be executed in your electrical field of experience. And now that you have resumed complete ownership of your body, mind, heart, and soul, you may find yourself changing in your day-to-day life, becoming that person you always wanted to be. You may begin to manifest a different reality as your mirror reflects the internal transformation you've made within. And like the floodgates that were held back for so long, you may find a new sense of abundance flooding your experience of life. And I wonder if you'll be surprised or elated at the positive changes you'll find. And I wonder how you'll express the new things you learn about yourself. On the day that you recognize that your security has exceeded the confines of the safe space you created in your expanding room, you will know that it's time to open the door and step out of it, taking all the security it holds within out with you into that new experience. Because you can understand that growing security and trust is now a viable source that springs from the infinite within you, and it has no confines on its growth. And you will soon find there is nothing but complete liberation of expression for who you now find yourself to be. Welcome to coming into your own. When you're ready, return your attention to your body and mind in this moment, and become aware of how much stronger your awareness is. Notice your breathing and how you can control it with your mind, and feel a sensation of warmth in your body as you regain your full consciousness and presence, returning with so much more practical self-assurance and direction that guides and conducts the perfect expression of you. You can open your eyes when you're ready to.